Okay guys, welcome back to another one here on the channel. The eagle-eyed ones of you will see I'm wearing the same clothes and I'm in the same place as my first drive in this car, and obviously this is the final drive, so make that make sense. Long story short, insurance is coming off the car tomorrow as of the time I'm recording this, and I haven't got around to doing any like driving content on this car, hence why I've done two at the same time. It just so happens it's my first drive and my final drive on the same drive. Obviously the first drive was a bit clickbaity. I've had the car for like 3 months. This is genuinely my final drive, so I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinions. Do I regret what I've done, like with the sale of it? At the time of recording this, it hasn't sold. I'm recording this about 2 weeks before it comes out, so hopefully it has sold if all goes to plan. I think I've said what my next car is as well. If I haven't, Mark 6 Golf R, I'm sold on that car. I think it's the best shaped Golf, and obviously if I'm going to get one, I'm going to do it properly, so I am aiming for the Golf R if all goes to plan. As for this car, the Mark 6 Fiesta Anniversary, if you don't know anything about the car, it is based on a Z-Tech S, which is the 1.6 petrol Mark 6 Fiesta. Reliable cars, safe cars, they're just good cars, whether it be first car, 10th car. This is my 16th car. I've really enjoyed my time with it. I will be doing a final drive on my ST. I don't know which order they're coming out in, if it hasn't come out as it is, but I will happily say I prefer driving this to the ST. If I'm driving somewhere far, or like I'm doing like fast roads, much prefer the ST. I think this car, it's great around town, but I don't think I'd like a long journey in it. I have taken it to a car meet, which was an hour drive away. It was fine, but I would prefer the Mark 8 ST to do them kind of drives, and I know that's kind of like being a bit picky. Oh my god, the sun's out again. I know that's kind of like being like a bit snobby, because obviously the Mark 8 has got heated seats, heated steering wheel, all that kind of jazz. The problem is, once you've had a car with stuff like that, it's hard to have a car that doesn't have it, if that makes sense. So I've kind of made myself a bit of a snob. It wasn't my intention. It's not the worst problem to have either, but it does mean when I drive cars like this, it's a bit dead. That being said, let's talk about how I found the car in the 3 or 4 months that I've had this car. First things first, the seating position, I absolutely hate it. You can't adjust how high or low the seat goes. You can only adjust the angle of the base. I hate it. If you don't know, I've had a trapped nerve. I've had a bad back for a couple of months now. This car hurts me. It's better than the ST, and me sitting like this, it's the best way for me to sit in this car, but it's not good. Obviously it's like how old is this car? Like a 15-year-old car, 16, 17, however, it's a 17-year-old car, which is crazy to think. That can't be right, but I think it is right. That is mental. Don't get me wrong, again, it's a problem of my own that I've developed from like changing cars so often. I can only apologise about the road noise. Obviously I have fitted these stance plus coilovers, which we have spoken about on the channel. I think they're incredible, and the 3 DSM wheels that are currently on the car, I haven't taken them off at the time of recording this. The car just sits so nice, it drives so well, but it is time for something new. And as I said, I am planning to get the Mark 6 Golf R. I could keep this alongside the Golf, but I've learned I don't really need 2 cars. It's a running cost that I don't really need. Obviously you can only drive one at one time, as your parents would say. Plus this has kind of been, I hate to say it because it's cringe, but this has kind of been like the stance car. The Mark 8 was like the power car. So what my intention essentially with the Mark 6 is, I'll go into it in more depth at some point, but the basic intention of the Mark 6 Golf is to put 2 cars into one, to have a stance car that obviously looks good and a power car, because they're pretty capable of what they can push. Obviously they come with a K4 turbo, this and that. I'm not really talking about that car in this, I'm talking about this car, but just know I'm not giving up. This is only the start. This car was a small time frame. I didn't spend a ton on it, and I've learned a lot. I know what I like. I know this car gets a lot of attention, partly because of the stupid colour, but also partly because it looks quite cool. So now I know what I like, what to do to go forward, and how to basically maintain having a pretty cool car, if I say so. With all that being said, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts, any suggestions, any improvements, and hopefully you enjoy what's to come on the channel. As I said, just because I'm selling both my cars, like, this is only the start. Like, you see where I was a year ago or 2 years ago. It's constant growth, constant improvement. So let's hope it carries on. Hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.